Hey, it's Anne-Marie, and this is a track by track from my new album, Therapy.
Ever seen a bitch lose it? Ever seen a chick ever flip a switch and it go stupid, baby?
So the first track is called Times 2. This is a revenge song, and I love writing those songs. I wrote that with Ray and Fred Ball and Lost Boy, and it was a really fun session actually. And I just wanted to have that moment of being the karma of someone else. I'm trying to get over that now and letting karma do its thing on its own. But I used to be that way, and I do still love finding bad people out and saying something about it. But yeah, I love this song. And the intro has some like kids in the playground. Don't know why that actually is, but it just felt right. And the intro note where it goes, "Have you," is a bit Mariah. So I don't know why I did that to myself really, because that's going to be quite hard to replicate live. But yeah, that one is one of my favourites. And after the chorus, in the post-chorus, it goes up really, really high. Don't know how I'm going to replicate that either. Don't know why I do this to myself. I love this song. Track number 2 is Don't Play with KSI and DFA. This song I recorded last year and came out in January, and I was really nervous about it because having a song out in January is like the start of how your year is going to go on. Luckily, it did really well, so thank God for that. This one takes me back to when I was growing up in Essex, and garage was such a massive thing when I grew up. And when I heard this song, I loved it straight away. So I got in, recorded it. I wasn't actually meant to do my own verse. They didn't ask me to do that, but I did it anyway. It just came out. As I was singing the chorus, I just carried on singing into the verse, and it just happened really quickly. So I just sent it back to them, not really knowing what they were going to say, but luckily they liked it, so they kept it in. And also the music video was so cool because I do a bit of fighting and I miss karate, so that was fun. Track number 3, Kiss My, in brackets, close brackets. I feel like this track and this collaboration has been wanted for a long time by our fans, and we have been trying for a long time. We've been sending songs back and forth, we've been speaking about it for a long time, and it wasn't until recently where I was putting the tracks on the album that I had Kiss My for the album as a solo song, and I just thought they would sound so good in this, especially in the middle 8 that goes, "Tell me about how you want me back, baby, you can kiss my." It was like really Little Mix. So I sent it to Leanne, said please share this, let me know what you think, and she came back and said we all love it, and they recorded it and it made it even better than it already was, like 100 times better. The ad-libs, just so great collaborating with girls. I collaborate a lot with boys, so it's good to get girls on the track. Also, the sample that I used, the Lumidee sample, was one of my favourite songs growing up. And I just felt like samples were popping off in the charts at the moment, and everyone was using samples, and I was like, no, I'm never going to use a sample. And, well, how could I say that after I did 2002 with like 8 samples in it? But anyway, I said I wouldn't do it again, and I just had to use this sample because no one did it yet. And I was like, well, how has no one used this song? So shout out to Lumidee. I've put that in one of mine now.
I'm so stubborn, I know.
Track number 4, Who I Am. I actually wrote this in 2019 when I was in LA. And it was a song that I guess I always wanted to write, being unapologetically me. I've never actually felt comfortable with who I am. So I've been on this journey of getting there, and I finally feel like I can put it out without feeling like a fraud. So it made it on the album because I feel so comfortable with who I am now, and that's just what you're gonna get from me. And I'm no longer worried about people judging me, and that is all down to me working on myself and learning to love myself through speaking to people and getting help with my brain. So this song is a great one for me. Who I Am, I wrote with Oak Felder and Sean Douglas. First time I ever wrote with Sean Douglas, actually, so that's a rare occasion that you get a good song out of that. And also a bloke, and I find it quite hard to write with blokes, but he is one that was amazing. And Oak is incredible. I also did Birthday with him, and we also did a Demi Lovato song together, so he's honestly amazing. Number 5, Our Song with Niall Horan. Now this is a song that was strange because I had a radio interview and I got asked, who do you want to collaborate with? And I said Niall, and he heard the radio interview and messaged me and said, let's get in the studio. And this is a song for me that's going to be stuck in my head for a while because just of the whole thing. I used to be so nervous about walking into a room with people I hadn't met before, I don't know properly. And since lockdown happened and going to a therapist and figuring all of that out, that was one of the first sessions I walked into after I'd gone through that. So if this session came about maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, I wouldn't have even said yes to it because I was that nervous and worried about being judged and all of this stuff that was going on in my head. So being able to go into that session was a really big moment for me anyway, and being able to get that song out of it was even better. Niall is so talented and so lovely. I've had so much fun working with him and doing promo with him and the music video. And yeah, this song is also, this song is about a song that I had with my ex. So, and I thought about this the other day, it's not actually a song that I had with him, it's a song he had with his ex before I got with him. So whenever the song came on, I knew that he'd be thinking about her. So I was a bit crazy back then, but I used to hate hearing this song because I thought it's making you think of her. So every time this song come on, which is I'm Yours by Jason Mraz, it made me think of that moment. And the weird thing is I took a picture of Niall in the studio when we were writing it, and when I told him the story about the Jason Mraz song, he sent me the picture back and cropped the wall behind him out and posted it to me, and it was actually a plaque on the wall for Jason Mraz, I'm Yours. So that was one of the weirdest things to happen. Meant to be.
Hey yo, start Nathan Dorr.
Track number 6, Way Too Long with Nathan Dorr and Mo Stack. That was a song that I got sent and I just loved it straight away. I loved it. There's not many songs that I get sent from other people that I like to work on because I like to write everything myself. And this one just got me, and obviously the lyrics Way Too Long just hit me because it has been way too long since we've been able to do things, and you know, at that point, even go out to eat with our friends and family wasn't a thing. So that was, that had been way too long. And that was cool. I mean, the music video is really cool. We did an acoustic version in the London Eye. Mo Stack, to me, is amazing. His lyrics are incredible. And yeah, I think I've just been really lucky with who I've collaborated with. They've all been really great people. Do you know what I love about Nathan is that he's so involved. We actually got in the studio one time before I did this song with him, and 2 of the songs that we wrote in the studio are on the album, Better Not Together and Unlovable. So we actually wrote those songs together before we did Way Too Long, and I just love how involved he is, and he had all the concepts in his head. And you know, DJs used to be just a DJ before, I think, in my head, but it's so nice to see them being the main, you know, people of the room. So that was really cool. That was a cool thing. He's really tall. He's also really tall. Okay, track number 7, which is my favourite number. And this is called Breathing. It's my first ever love song, which feels and felt and still feels very weird to me. Because I feel like I've never really been able to write a love song. I always find it so easy to write about heartbreak and, you know, songs about self-love and really deep emotions, negative emotions, really. And this song came about, it was with Ray and Fred Ball again. And I don't know what it was. It just came out. I think the words, as easy as breathing, came out. And I was like, what's as easy as breathing? And then I thought about when love is right, it's just easy. And I'd never had experienced that before with anyone, because every relationship I'd been in has been tough. So whether this is to do with being in love with someone or my own journey of falling in love with myself, I think that being able to write a love song was a very rare and great thing that I managed to do that day.
So many lovers, but I haven't found her. Wanna fix my heart.
Okay, number 8, Unlovable with Rudimental. I wrote this song with a lot of people, let me think. So it was Nathan Dorr, it was Camille, Emanike, and Trey. Not that many people, actually. It's normally just 2 of us, so that, to me that feels a lot. But that day, I think, I guess I was just wondering what to write about. And some days you go in with ideas, some days the music spurs on a thought or whatever. And Trey played these chords in, and we were all having a go on the microphone. We have a microphone in the room, so if we have an idea, we quickly go up to the mic and scratch it in. And Camille had a go, Emanike had a go, and then I went on the mic and just ad-libbed a whole thing. So I just went, make my heart, the whole way through, and that became the song. Obviously not those lyrics, we wrote lyrics to it, but the whole melody come from my one take of ad-libs, and I was so proud of myself because I'm so quick to worry and think I'm rubbish. So knowing that was good and everyone loved it was a big happy moment for me. And Rudimental came in, they put their magic on it and made it sound beautiful with the trumpets and the piano. And it's just really great to have a collaboration with them again and get back in with them. You know, they're my roots, that's where I come from, so it's so nice to have them on the second album.
I woke up, look in the mirror today, yeah. Got so many things that I wanna change.
Number 9 is called Beautiful, written by Ed Sheeran, produced by Max Martin and Elvira, Swedish girl producer who's amazing. So Ed came to me with this song, and obviously Ed wrote it. It's amazing. He's so talented. It really annoys me, and I just felt like this song was the second version of Perfect to Me, like I had on the first album. So Perfect to Me is more self-deprecating and, you know, these are all my flaws, I should learn to love myself. And I feel like since that song, I've been on a journey of learning to love myself, and Beautiful is the outcome of that, and wanting everyone else now to feel the same and to love themselves. So yeah, I just feel like this is a song that people should play in the morning. I think I will be playing it in the morning as soon as I wake up, to make me realise that I'm beautiful and I don't need to look a certain way to be beautiful. I don't need to change myself. I just, you know, we are beautiful the way we are. So yeah, that's a good one for me. Number 10, Tell Your Girlfriend. I think this is one of my favourites from the album. This also I wrote in 2019 in LA with a producer called Blake Slatkin and a songwriter and singer called DeLacy. We were in Blake's house in his little outshed, and he has all of these pictures all around the wall, and we just chill most of the time and play games whenever I'm there. And he started playing some of these tracks that he'd already pre-made, so one of them was the guitar that you hear, and I think I just came up with the melody da 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 like that, and then the words come out, tell your girlfriend, and I was like, that is my actual dream job, you know, like a vigilante but for cheating boyfriends. Just to find them and tell on them, and so I feel like we should all be a part of that movement of finding people out who have messaged us or text us or whatever it is, see if they've got a girlfriend or boyfriend, and show them what they're doing wrong. I don't know why, that's just me. I think I might need to just like let go of that a little bit, but I do feel like I just always want to find out the bad people. So this is my chance, this song. If I get to film a video for it, that might be my favourite video going, or yet, or to come. So we'll see about that. Number 11, Better Not Together. I also wrote this one with Nathan Dorr, Camille, MNEK and Trey. It was actually the day after I wrote Unlovable with them. And to me, I always found it quite difficult to get out of a relationship, no matter if I was unhappy or if I didn't like them anymore. I always felt like a loyalty to them or nervous to break up with them. So I tried to stay with people as long as I could and try again until it went really bad. But I think this song is just for me trying to let people know that sometimes you're just better off without that person, and it might feel really hard at the time to get out of that relationship, but as soon as you go, you will feel so much better and so much stronger and so much happier. So yeah, I always feel like that's just a message that I wish that I had pumped into my brain when I was in all of the bad relationships that I'd been in. But it is always still really quite hard to get out of that place. But yeah, if there's a message, if you're looking for a sign, this is it, to leave your partner if you're unhappy.
I'm dysfunctional. It's always been that way.
Okay, number 12, the last track is called Therapy. So this is the last song I wrote for the album, and the song that I wrote after we came up with the title as well, which obviously makes sense being called Therapy, but all of the rest I wrote before we come up with the title. So when we thought of the title, I thought I need something that rounds up how I've been feeling in 2020 and how I've been learning to love myself. And I've been seeing a therapist since I got really low in lockdown. I started seeing a therapist on Zoom once a week. So that has completely changed my life. Like, I never used to be able to even answer the door. Like, that's how anxious I was. I never used to be able to answer the door for deliveries that it's mad to think of that, of who I was back then. But because of asking for help and seeing a therapist, she has helped me so much. Walking into that session with Niall, being able to do this right now, like everything that I've done is because I asked for help. And this track, I wanted to explain that I've always tried to cover up my problems with falling in love and getting tattoos and getting, lit at parties, but it never worked. It never fixed me until I looked inside and fixed myself from the inside out. So this track is an explanation of my journey of self-love, really, and thanks to my therapist for that. I wrote Therapy with TMS and Plested. I wrote our song with TMS, Plested and Niall as well, I forgot to say. But Plested is another bloke that I love to write with. It's very rare. They're normally not blokes. So this is another amazing person. Plested, I think, is one of the best writers in the UK, if not anywhere for me. And he is so great. And TMS are amazing as well. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that weren't too boring. I hope you love the album. It's out now. It's called Therapy. Comment below whatever your favourite song is. Yeah, hope you love it.